Funny title this morning, Would You? I didn't finish it. Would you lay down your life for a friend? Think about it. Would you? Would you lay down your life for a friend? We as parents would not even think twice about protecting our children. Although there's sometimes we wonder about our kids. And we would probably protect our spouses the same way, no questions asked. People all through the ages have given their lives for friends or loved ones. As the scripture says, no greater love hath man or woman than to lay down their life for a friend. And that's in John. John 15, verses 12. My command is this, love each other as I have loved you. Greater love has no one than this, that he lay down his life for his friends. You are my friends, if you do as I command. I am no longer called your servant, because a servant does not know his master's business. Instead, I have called you friends. For everything that I learned from my Father, I have made known to you. There is no higher expression of love that could be given. Love is the most valuable object we possess. Life is that object also. And when a person is willing to lay down his life for his friends or his country, as the case of the young man in South Lyon that just lost his life, 19-year-old, it shows the utmost extent of love. Even this love for friends has been rarely witnessed. Friend is mentioned 36 times in the Hebrew Bible and 16 in the New Testament. While friends is mentioned 30 times in the Old Testament and 19 in the New Testament, what I thought was ironic is friends is mentioned 9 times in Job and 9 times in Luke. We hear about those in the military who will lay down their life in order to save one or more of their friends. I'd like to tell you it's a true story. My military occupational specialty, which they call MOS, was that of a forward observer. The life expectancy of a forward observer in combat is between 8 and 10 seconds. Why? Because we have to go behind the enemy lines and locate the enemy and then call in the firepower on that particular location. As you can see, the enemy would try to locate the forward observer and eliminate them. I was also an adjutant and was responsible for moving 5,000 military personnel and dependents from Kansas to Germany. Bev and our oldest son at the time, who was a little over 6 months, went with me. One of my friends, who was also a forward observer, took his mother as his dependent. We left New York to Germany and spent 2 weeks on the ocean in some very rough weather. The worst was through the English Canal. We were constantly going on maneuvers when we arrived in Germany. We would always go within sight of the Russian border of Germany. In the spring of the following year, it was our son's first birthday, and our infantry had requested a forward observer so they could practice with mortars. I was supposed to go out, but my friend said he would go, and I should be there to celebrate my son's first birthday The mortar that our infantry fired fell short of the target and landed directly on this individual, my friend. He was killed instantly. He gave his life for me. I was then requested to be the military escort for the body and his mother back to the States. We flew from Frankfurt to Scotland and then to Maine. In Maine, his mother was flown to Cincinnati, and I took a train with the body. He was in a funeral home in Cincinnati for a couple of days, and then we left by train. The casket and I to Washington, D.C. Tom was buried in Arlington National Cemetery with full honors. It was a sad experience, an awakening one, when one realizes that one has friends who will do things like this for you. No man can carry his love for a friend further than this. For when he gave up his life, he gave up all he had. There is another who gave up his life for his friends, and that was Jesus. We all know the story of the tragedy. It is also the story of something more importantly, of someone. He is now alive. After being crushed out by all of that is cruel in the world, somehow, when we know the outcome of the story, it seems to lose some part of the mystery. Yet each day of our lives is a mystery. We do not know what tomorrow may bring. Faith is our hope. Do you ever wonder why Jesus would give up his life for you and me? How would you react under the same circumstances? Would you have said, "Here, let me go to the cross in your place"? Or would you have been one of the ones yelling, "Crucify him," when you didn't know the outcome of what would happen 3 days later? Do you ever ask yourself, why would Jesus do this for me? Yet we still think we rule our own lives and that God comes along for the ride. Whoops. Only when we need our faith reassured do we think to speak to God. Yes, he gave his life for us, and he rose in order to prove that there is something after life. Do you want to be closer to Christ? Then nail yourself to the cross. Amen. Let us pray. Gracious God, we know that you are our friend. And we also know that you gave up your life for us. We have never been asked yet to give up our life for a friend, but we have been asked to give up our life for you. May you walk with us. May you comfort us. May you be with us. But may you always be our friend. In the name of the Christ we do ask. Amen.